Thursday Night Football welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Here we go.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight we kick off week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Green Bay Packers. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys need to play with a better sense of urgency, trying to avoid a daunting 0-3 hole to start the year. His counterpart about set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And look at this, right away a loose football. And this is going to be Packer football. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal.
And the Packers first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Jacobs going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackle.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Christopher Brooks, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
A beautiful fake. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. and that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll throw with Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 53 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
On play action, love to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw now, here's Love. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Packers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Love looking to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
In motion, the tight end.
It's 3rd and 10.
To the air, Penix. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it will be Falcon football. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
Now after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Now Penix. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't. But for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off, beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Love, they go play action now. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Jacobs going to try the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Up the middle with Brooks here. And he stopped immediately there. Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle. The Packers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Working out of the gun. Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30.
Packers.
11 yards for number 11.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
32-yard line.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 9-point game. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Following the interception, Love. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Love from the gun on 3rd down. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Falcons.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And looking to throw, Penix. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Here's Penix. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. Here's Moore on the return. Here will go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They'll run on first down. Goodson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9. Slot man moves right. Looking to throw, Penix. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson to the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Now back to throw. Now Penix going to hold on to it. And he slides to avoid the hit. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
First down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Atlanta.
They'll look to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. He'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. He'll try and do this himself. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So a decision to make there. They decline the penalty as they'd rather force the 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Nick Folk for the point after. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And able to get this out to the 25. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20.
Now Love. That's taken in by Watson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. That's good for the Packers. First down.
Love now. Complete once again to Watson. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
42-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5. To the air again, Love. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Here's Love. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. It's football. So here are the Packers now to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start by running the option to the right. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. To throw now, here's Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Reed. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Love looking to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Love. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lloyd. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And this one is right through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together. The slot man in motion right. A play fake. Now Penix. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. He's going to try and do this himself. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Throw left side. There's London. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Robinson up the middle. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he coughed it up. And this is going to be Packer football. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 45-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Skirts by him at the 35. Fighting through, and he's got space. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Penix. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To the air, Penix. And that one to the right side and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll throw with Penix. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And this one's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
The coverage by Christian Harris.
Working out of the gun, Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Love going to give it up on the touch pass. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
Throwing. Love. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Packers! Tucker Kraft, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And here now come the Falcons. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Devontae Wyatt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Here's Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Returning it is Moore. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. Love from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Dances by him. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense set to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And looking to throw, Penix. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Back to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 7.
To throw again is Penix. He's got his man, London, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Penix working out of the gun here. Touchdown! Austin Hooper! A 16-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Folk connects on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
He's going to keep this again. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
That is caught. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They run it with Jacobs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
At the 4-yard line.
Play action this time with Love. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Love. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Brooks is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, this defense knows, they're well aware that they're down 2 scores, and they figure this is pretty much their last chance. They know if they give up a touchdown here, that ends it. Nice job on 1st and goal to push them the other way, but they have to be thinking takeaway.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson from 3 yards out. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. And he is going to lose yardage here. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Running is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
A.J. Terrell on the tackle. A gain of Second and 6.
Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he'll get this down only to the 18. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
2 on the play.
On third down, Lord. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And the Packers, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Packers. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point safely through, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
Falcons, 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Second and 6. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
On third down, Penix from the gun. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Jacobs going to try to mill it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Up the middle they go. It's Lloyd. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Green Bay, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.